Hi everyone, my name's Electric Donkey and today we are back reviewing another game. So today we're reviewing a game called Nion Crush. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that quite right. But the Chaos Edition, sort of ready for public testing, where we're sort of going to test it. Right, so we've got some rambling, got some screenshots. We don't have the screenshots because we can see some footage in a minute. The game is currently running at 60 FPS and that in window mode. I think I turned off ability to go to full screen. You think you did. For the time being until I get everything situated. I think that's probably a good idea because full screen's been having quite a few problems with me recently. Right now you can only play the easy waves due to standard and chaos still due to standard and chaos still extremely buggy and being extremely buggy. This alpha is just for testing purposes, looking for feedback in the gameplay and the overall feel of the game only. That person did the art graphics and is currently looking for ways to improve it, and yeah, there we go, we'll leave that. I think it's relatively simple, the controls, no bugs, pausing is a new thing. Okay, and that's pretty much it. So let's give it a run, let's give it a go. So there is music to go with it. I quite like the music, so let's just have a listen. Kind of just goes on like that for a bit. There is options. They do exist. It's kind of a bit weird, the options, because as soon as you click into the options, it's all well and good until you can't get out of the options, because there's no way that I can see of getting out of them. In the controls there's no mention of it. I tried escape, I tried all the buttons technically on the keyboard and none of them seem to do anything, so who knows. It's probably just a bug, you've probably just forgotten. Either one, it doesn't matter. There is also a little bit of comedy in here. One thing that I don't get is that it says it contains a lot of flashing, fair enough, which can cause issues for gamers with epilepsy. I think that's meant to be epilepsy. May change game experience, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Right. And then here, we've got a little bit of comedy. It's kind of done throughout, it's quite nice. I like the sound of my own voice to you. And then you got the different soundtracks, we'll just have a listen quickly. They're quite good, I think. Overall, the music seems pretty nice. It's a shame we can't actually try them, though, in game, because you can't get out of the menu of the... So this is the cool adventure one. I mean, preferably that's the one that I'd play with, but as we'll see in a minute, as soon as you close it down, because you have to close it down because I don't know how you get out of the controls, you open it up again and it goes back to the start. So anyway, we're going to play it. We've had enough time messing around in the menu. You've only got one option. You stand a spacecraft capable of moving at fast speeds and the ability to collect currency at normal magnitude. Let's go. It's pretty simple. It's basically, you move around like this, you point, you shoot, and actually I find it really quite good. Normally I don't find the attraction in them. In these kind of ones, I'm not very good at it, to be honest. But as I say, normally I don't see the attraction in them. They're not normally something I'd play. However, this one I quite like. I quite like the idea of the different stats. You got the shield power, which I think is pretty cool overall. You've also got the added oh, you got the added thing of catching or getting the coins. You've got the enemy count on the left. You've also got these kind of, again, the comedy bits. Spend your effortless coins to continue where you left it off. And, well, I don't know what that was meant to say. Don't worry, you keep the you've gathered. Okay. Be weird and start from wave 1. Again, I don't know what that's meant to say. Things that something do. And yes, you keep the coins you've gathered. So let's restart. Oh dear, that was awful. But yeah, I really like it. I like the font. Didn't mean to do that. Yeah, so I like the font. I like the style of it. The art, I think, is actually really good. Oh dear, I know you said that it was looking to improve it, but to be honest, I don't see where the improvement would lie on that. But yeah, the things, I think this bit of the game itself isn't a problem. Sorry. I think it's more the other bits. So the spelling is quite a problem, I'd say. You can have different shapes. But again, you can't get out of it. I don't know how you get back. None of the buttons seem to actually do anything. So as soon as you go to one of those menus, you're kind of stuck. Personally, that well, for anyone really, that's a problem, because you're done as soon as you go in. Other than you've got the spelling, you've got the actual UI kind of bit of it, those sort of things. So getting back from the menus and those sort of things. I do quite like the humour in it, but it's got to make sense, which is something kind of noticed. Some of them, the humour doesn't really make sense, and that's not great, realistically speaking, when having a game that you ideally want lots of people to play. You want the humour to be open-ended and that people can get. I do quite like the idea of having different stats. I think that's quite a unique idea. I've not really seen that anywhere else. I'd like to see it taken a little bit further, perhaps. I know there's upgrades and stuff, but maybe have more easily accessible in the demo. Okay, that's a big thing. So maybe have those open for everyone to play, so they can get a feel for the different ones just in the demo, because of course this isn't the real version. I don't also know if I test this, does it save? It does, yeah. So it does save it somewhere in the how many coins you got and stuff. So that is quite good, I'd say. But realistically, people, I think even the lowest tier one was 200 coins. Realistically, people aren't going to spend that long playing a demo. I mean, for example, I've just reviewed that now. I spent 10 minutes playing it, maybe not even that, and I've managed to get like 30 coins. I mean, that might be all I'd ever play it for if I was reviewing it, so it'd be better if I had those unlocked just for the demo. Maybe just one or two of them, and the rest you have to buy, but just to get more of a feel for the different stats, because at the moment they don't mean anything, theoretically speaking. But overall, the game itself is quite good. The spelling probably needs a bit of work. The jokes maybe need a little bit of work, and the menu definitely needs some work, so getting back at the menu is quite a big thing, I'd say. Maybe also saving the song choice. That'd be quite useful. But anyway, that was my review of Nion Crush, I think it's meant to say. If you like the video, remember to like, subscribe, always do what you guys want to do, and I will talk to you in the next one.